Okay, so, hi, welcome to the Creative Cast. My name is Lucas Holman. I'm excited to have our guest here for this week's episode. Daniela T, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot. Hi, my name is Dani. So maybe it's easier to say Dani.
Yeah, probably Dani for the friends, you know, for the fam.
friends. Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
I feel very good, thanks. And you? Hope you are fine too.
Yeah, I'm just sipping on my beer here. Oh, sorry.
Apple juice.
I meant to say apple juice.
No beer.
No one heard that. You are a pharmacist, and I would like to, first of all, get you explain a little bit who you are, where you come from, so the audience kind of gets an idea about you.
Yeah, okay. So I'm 30 years old, and I'm from Dortmund. I was born in Dortmund, but if you see me, you can see I'm not, my roots are not from Germany, they are from Iran. My parents are Persian. Mm-hmm. And I was in high school, and then I had to decide what it's next, what I want to study, because Persians, they must study. It's not an option.
So?
Yes.
Really? Why?
Because education is very important for the Persian culture. It's like the breath you take. It's like this.
It's like really pushed on you?
Not really pushy, but somehow, yeah.
No, but actually, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and education is very important for them. And I had to decide, okay, what I want to study. And so... Yeah, I choose pharmacy, and now I work as a pharmacist.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you studied pharmacy here in Germany?
Yeah, in Düsseldorf.
Yeah, you did actually here in Düsseldorf.
University, yes.
Oh, nice. And when did you finish again? Like a few years ago, right?
Yeah, 2016, I guess, yeah.
All right. What made you go into pharmacy?
Yeah, it was not a easy decision, because when you are young, you don't know what you want to do. And but I always loved science in school. I was pretty good in chemistry, and so I asked my teacher, "What about pharmacy? Do you think I could make it?" And my teacher said, "Yes, of course, do this." And
wow, you had a nice teacher.
Yeah, he was really nice. And then we have a internship maybe in school in the 10th grade, and I was in our regular pharmacy and asked the pharmacist about 2 weeks of preparing
to help them.
Yeah, to help them. And I was there, and the job was very good, and
you liked it?
I liked it. I mixed mostly teas, herbal teas, but
fair enough. It's a start.
I don't work in the sale, but I mixed some teas, and I saw what they do and what the job of a pharmacist really is. I liked it, and so after my high school diploma, my parents said, "Yeah, if you want, you can do." I asked them, "What can I do? Do you know? Do you have some ideas?" They said, "Yeah, Persians are engineers or doctors." So or taxi driver. Most
That's
of them.
a big difference there.
Yeah, but mostly to finance the study.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
And then and pharmacy was okay. So they said, "Yeah." I liked psychology too, but it was just a decision because of the internship, and so I started with pharmacy.
So you happened to, early on get an idea, and you had the opportunity to try it, to give it, a shot, and you didn't have the same opportunity maybe for psychology.
Yeah.
So that kind of made you shift.
Yes.
A little bit more towards.
Yeah.
Pharmacy. So, were your parents open to you studying whatever you felt like? Or?
Yeah, they said what you felt like, but
What you need to study.
but anything what you
Study
can.
something, I don't care what you do. Right.
I don't know. I don't know if I said okay, philosophy. That
Okay.
would be okay. So what do you want to do with philosophy? I like
Sure.
philosophy, but it's more like a hobby. It's not really like to get started in a real job.
Sure. No, but I always understand parents that, just want to look out for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they want their best for him.
Yeah.
And, they want to make sure that they don't end up on the street at
Yeah.
some point.
So they have to finance a kid.
Yes, exactly.
They just want to get rid of the kid at some point, okay?
Yeah, they want to get it.
Okay, so you happen to study pharmacy then here in Düsseldorf for, I don't know, 3-4 years?
No, it's not like a normal bachelor or master system.
Okay.
Pharmacy is like a state examination.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a physicians have to absolve a state examination, or dentists also. And so it's 4 years. You have to study 4 years in university, and then you have to make an internship of 1 year. So in a pharmacy, a half a year, or 1 year in a pharmacy, and the other half a year you can do it in the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay, fair enough. And how was your experience during that time?
Where?
While you were studying.
Okay. So study was, first of all, I was overwhelmed. The first course I went to, I thought, okay, that's whole stuff of chemistry I had in school in 1 hour. So it was very hard, but it has a lot of variety. So variety. So we have chemistry in it, biology, somehow a bit of medicine, pharmacology. So it was very cool.
All right. So all in all, it was obviously tough.
Yeah, it was very tough.
Just as any degree is.
Yeah.
But you happen to enjoy it eventually, and did you happen to, specify yourself in some certain area?
No, that's not like the bachelor master system to specify in certain area. You are, after this internship, you are officially a pharmacist.
Yeah.
But you can work in and specify after this. But I don't do this. I could work in a normal pharmacy, or I could work in a hospital, or for the military pharmacist. It's possible. And so it's not a section you can really in this 5 years specify.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. I mean, normally you get a very more in-depth knowledge when you do a master's, for example, afterwards.
Yeah,
right?
but we have not this master bachelor system.
No,
so
at all?
No, at all.
What?
It's only state examination 1, 2, and 3.
Is that specific to pharmacy?
That's very specific to pharmacy and also medicine.
Okay, good to know. I mean, you just listed some of the options you have after you finish your degree on, where you can work at.
Yeah.
Maybe you can. Is there like broad guidelines, broad, ways you could go?
You can go you can stay at the university and make some researches. Some want to get a professor or something like that, and but you can also do a lot of things. You can go into the pharmaceutical industries and do the research.
Kind of like in the private sector, right?
Yeah.
And you can end up in a hospital, but you kind of how do you make that decision to go public versus private?
What do you mean?
I mean, you can go do research and work for a private company, right? To work on, I don't know, some kind of medicaments or vaccines, something. Yeah. But you can also work maybe for a public hospital as well.
Yeah. that's right.
So how do you make that decision? What's the difference there?
So I didn't want to be a normal pharmacist, because every time I say, okay, I'm a pharmacist, everyone think, okay, you are just you stay in the pharmacy and sell drugs.
Boring.
Yeah. But I like this too. But I decided to go to a company and work there, and it's just a normal office job. So I work with a computer, and it's fine too, because it's no one thinks it's like a job you can do and work as a pharmacist, but you can do a lot of things.
Let's go a bit more in depth now that you touch on that, about your specific job you're doing right now. Like, what are your duties?
I'm the deputy local safety officer. So
Sexy.
these things. Okay, every company, drug company, have to have something like you have to ensure that the adverse events of drugs or something like that you make a risk measurement.
Okay.
And so they have a vigilance department, and they are responsible for collect adverse events or like this.
Okay, so you kind of do the safety measurements for all the drugs.
Yeah. Drugs.
that company deals with.
Yeah.
Okay. And that position is mandatory for such a company.
That's mandatory. Yeah.
All right. But what's your company like? What is it?
It's a
do? What does it do?
It's for we have products for dermatology.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some products, and we are responsible for these products, for the safety of the patients who use the products.
Mm.
And if there occur any adverse events or something like that we have to collect them and deal with them with a risk management. And
What attracted you from that field, that position, more, or rather than working, in a pharmacy like we all used to see, right?
Yeah, working in a pharmacy is like someone you have to sell something.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously for the health of the patients, but sometimes it doesn't feel so good, because it's like something you do, and you don't feel so comfortable with, and to be in the to have an office job, and the other side of drugs and the risks of drugs. It's an opposite thing. I think.
You have more control, maybe.
Yeah, maybe like this.
Okay. What makes you uncomfortable being in that position as a pharmacist in a pharmacy? Basically giving out medicine to people that normally have prescription for it from the doctor.
Prescription is okay, but sometimes there are people, they say, they take drugs like every day. They do sports, and so you don't feel very comfortable if it's not from a physician.
So there are specific. I'm not an expert at all in this field. So are they certain? Is drugs the right word for it, or just medicaments, or what's the right word?
Really drugs.
Really drugs? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I feel bad saying that, but okay.
Drugs, yeah.
So are they drugs you can get in the pharmacy without a prescription that
they are.
you shouldn't get, or?
No, not that you shouldn't get, but it's a dosage. So like ibuprofen, normally maximum in self-medication you can take 3 of them per day, and sometimes I say, ibuprofen 400 milligram, but my physician prescribed me 800 milligram, and so I take 2 pills. So and then 6 per day, and that's not very good. So
Okay.
That's
So
not recommended.
patients or customers in that sense are not, or maybe they are knowledged and they do know, but they might abuse it.
Yes, yeah, they can abuse in self-medication, but hopefully not.
All right. So you kind of feel a moral dilemma there
Yeah, sometimes.
in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Because yes, you go.
In the office, you have the sometimes overdosing or like this, and then you collect this, and you can find out what they people do, and you have to collect all things like overdose, abuse, or to take it.
You have to take note of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like keep record.
Yeah,
of that.
exactly.
Interesting. This just reminds me of a good friend of mine that lives in the south of Spain. That is also a pharmacist.
He's also a pharmacist.
Yeah, well, she is, and
okay.
she works in a pharmacy.
Yeah.
In a local pharmacy, and she sometimes tells me these crazy stories about
it's a lot of
about
crazy
patients that
stories.
come in. I'm like, I want everything.
Yeah.
And it can be very stressful. I mean, any position you have where you need to deal with customers on a daily basis, whether it is as a pharmacist or as a, maybe in a supermarket or, any place you have to deal with public that comes in and out, that in itself is already very, very stressful.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep your calm.
Yes. That's
no
right.
matter what.
Yeah.
So that you gotta be quite strong.
Yeah, and you get to know a lot of people, and it's interesting in some aspects like behavior of peoples, and
Yeah. I'm happy you touched that because you mentioned that you were also interested in psychology.
Yes.
So maybe you can illustrate us how pharmacy and psychology kind of play together in a way.
Not really much in the pharmacy degree. It was like you have to know something about a little bit of the brain. Physiology of the brain is important also. And but it's not like you learn about the behavior of people or something like this.
Okay.
I was always interested in psychology because when I was a child, I loved animals, and I thought, okay, the behavior of animals is very interesting. But then I thought, okay, in generally behavior of humankind or of animals is interesting. And so I decided to make a course again about psychology. It's the alternative practitioner.
Practices, maybe.
Heilpraktiker, we say. Alternative practitioner, it's called.
Is it? Okay.
In psychotherapy.
Okay.
And so now I want to educate furthermore, and
so you kind of catch that interest early on, and as you said, on the pharmacy degree, you mainly focus on the medical aspects of the brain and everything that is related to that
interaction with the brain, behavior,
and with the substances you may take, and how the chemical balances in your body work.
Yeah.
But you were missing there the social aspect of it.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing out from you.
Yeah.
So you doing a course like currently on the side?
Currently,
can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, it's a course of 1 year, and you have Zoom meetings once per week, and you get to know something about the aspect of diseases and also the therapy, again, the medication of the people, but it's more like psychotherapy, and this is very interesting. I just started. I don't know very much about this, but yeah, maybe you can work later and combine both, but I don't know really.
So you don't really have a plan on how that might, work together with what you're doing right now?
No, not really, but it's just for me, for my own personal interest, yes.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, for me personally, the social aspect of psychology and psychotherapy is, way more interesting than the medical aspect, but that's just me, I guess.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can learn so much. What are you expecting to take out of it the most?
Yeah, I think to understand the people better, so why they do things, what they think, and
for example,
why do some people react how they react? So why some are calm in stress situations and some they get angry or something like this, and
Okay, so is it kind of like a something you learn as a tool for yourself to have a better life?
Yes, yeah. Or maybe this for yourself, or but also to help other people, to help them to get to know each other better. So
okay, fair enough. So you're working and studying at the same time. Which is already a lot.
Yeah, it's hard.
But physiology, is it like an extensive course, or is it quite like?
You might mean the psychotherapy?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. It's like a course about 1 year, and then the health department take exams, and you can work as an alternative practitioner. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Changing the subject slightly, I would like to get out of you some valuable tips for especially those young, late 10ers, early 20 people, they're students that may not have entered or are inside a degree of pharmacy already, and something you could give them on the way that prepares them better for the future.
Yeah, I think that every person have to do this what they like, so what it's their personal interests, and what do you really like and are ambitious to reach. And so in the pharmacy degree, it was somehow some people egoistic, not communicative, and I think in pharmacy it's very important to communicate with the other students and to help each other, not to be egoistic and
selfish.
Selfish. Yeah, right. Stay organized. Take good notes. So that's
those
important.
are tips for getting through the degree.
Yeah. Okay.
How about tips after the degree?
Yeah, maybe the internship. It's something you can prepare for. Do something that you really like. What's your interest, and then maybe you think, okay, the job is not like I thought it is, but maybe you like it, and then you can. But it's very hard. It's really hard to decide because young people don't know. They have a lot of interests, and then they can't decide what they do. So
they want to do everything.
Everything, and so if you do something, you can do later another thing. So I think you don't have to be focused only one thing and say, okay, the life is over. I decided to take this.
Yeah.
But You can choose. You can always stay and learn and educate.
Sure, you can start doing. What did you do on your practices? Did you work in a pharmacy?
Yeah, in the internship, you mean? Half a year I was in the pharmacy, and and half a year I was in the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay, so we can see on your example really well that you maybe weren't sure what you wanted to do afterwards.
Yeah.
And you threw yourself into, what is most popular and common, which is working in a pharmacy. And you notice for yourself, as, example shows us what you're doing today, that it wasn't for you, that you didn't enjoy it as much, right? And then you shifted more towards a different area.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't see that as a mistake. I would see it more as as an important step you had to do in order to realize what you actually wanted to make.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You wouldn't have known without it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's always, as I keep saying, making mistakes is part of your way, and it's important. It's a very important part, if not the hardest, right?
Yes.
So that's one lesson we, can extract from that.
Yes, of course. I do it now, something I really like, and you can always take part in different positions, see what you like, what you don't like, and you learn every day more.
Okay. I mean, how about, because we are talking from, a perspective from the pharmaceutical industry from a specific location, from Germany, right? Because you've studied here, you've worked from here.
Yeah.
What would you say, what's the broad idea or the broad statement you could say about all the countries, all the, around the globe? What's the industry like? Does it make sense outside of certain places, of certain countries?
I think if you are a pharmacist in Germany, you can work as a pharmacist in Europe. But it's difficult to work as a pharmacist in, for example, America, because they have another system. I don't know really how their system is. But in Europe, it's possible you can go abroad and work there too, in industry, also in a normal, regular pharmacy can work, but not everywhere around the world.
Okay. So you need to be wary, depending on where you do your degree. You're sort of limited to a certain area.
In Europe, it's very good. You can work everywhere in Europe, but not.
You probably would have to maybe do, something extra to be.
Some exams, take again some exams, and then it's possible.
Okay, to be accepted there.
Yeah, right.
But how about the future of this industry?
Yeah, I think pharmaceutical future is always something that will remain. Some say, okay, it's company, it's always business. It's not about the real health, but every company they must have the vigilance department. They must say, okay, if there's any risk of our drugs or something like that, we have to say this, and I think it's really important that they know it's not only one side, not only the bad side of the industry, but also a good side, so that we can say, okay, if there's any risk, we communicate it, and so on.
Why do you say the future of this industry is, it's safe?
Safe, like you always have patients, you always have diseases, and there are always drugs to be produced for the people, because I think
even for new upcoming diseases, that's
a
very
upcoming
crucial
disease.
step, right? Okay, interesting. And I'm thinking about the what you said, because generally the public has, I would say, a rather bad view about these lobbies and this industry, because they have sort of like a bad reputation, because you feel like they're just going for the money. And in a way, I feel like it's true, but it might not necessarily mean that the medical aspect suffers from it.
Yeah.
So one thing doesn't take away the other one.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Right? I feel like that's what I heard from you right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yesterday I thought about this the placebo effect.
Okay.
And how that kind of builds a bridge in a way between the psychology part and the medical part. Mm-hmm. Could you explain that to us a little?
Yeah. Do you believe the placebo effect or not? Like,
that's a good question. I kind of do.
If you believe, it works. But if you know it is a placebo, it doesn't work.
All right.
So if I say, okay, here, this is this,
mm-hmm.
the mind is so prepared to, okay, this will work. So if you take a drug and it's only sugar,
mm-hmm.
But you say, okay, against my headache, it helps.
Yeah.
Then it helps.
How is that possible?
Yeah, it's the brain. The brain is something you can't explain. It's
mind over body, right?
Yeah.
But is that healing you might experience, is it real or is it just fantasy?
It's real. It's real. No, it's really real. So
mm-hmm. And to what degree does that actually help? Like, it can't cure cancer, or does it?
No, it's
right.
It's but you hear sometimes they say, okay, cancer, I will die, but then you get healthy again, mm-hmm. only because you're positive. You're positive minded. Mindset is, I think, a very important thing. Yeah.
Okay. What keeping on this track, what are the main lessons you taking out from this psychotherapy course you're doing right now about what you knew, what you thought you knew?
Yeah, I started now, so I can't say a lot of things about this, but we learn about mindset, about drugs also. So it's a combination of both mindset and also drugs, how they help healing the people. So,
what are some key factors you're learning right now about that?
Key factors of
key ideas you're learning, facts.
Yeah, the mindset, being positive, being all.
But do they go a bit more specific, like this has this as a consequence, and it goes?
Yeah, like this. Yeah, you learn about the diseases, all the diseases,
and how they interact differently.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want, to get as much clarification as possible for everyone out there that's listening, that is not in this industry, and doesn't have that knowledge. You do. So just trying to get there.
Okay.
Another comparison, and maybe that can help us understand a bit more the area of pharmacy, is comparing it to pharmacology.
Yeah, pharmacology is more the interaction of drugs with the body, the interaction. pharmacy is the science of chemistry, drugs, how they work, how do you produce them. And pharmacology is only the interaction, adverse events, and somehow like this.
Okay, so they work tightly together.
Yeah, no. Pharmacology, and yeah, it's
Because, but you can't be a pharmacologist, or can you?
no. In Germany, we say pharmacist. So pharmacologist is it's a specific module. Pharmacology, you learn pharmacology in your pharmacy degree.
Yeah, it's like a subject.
Yeah, like this.
Okay, I see. Because it sounds like a thing. It's like oh, my voice. I'm a pharmacologist, so like, oh shit, okay.
What's that?
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Okay, I just wanted to get that straight out of there because when I googled about pharmacy and I made myself a bit smart about it. That's one of the first questions that I encounter.
What's pharmacy?
It's like, what's the difference between pharmacy and pharmacology? I'm like, oh, that's a good question. I don't know. So it's kind of, well, it's different, but it's part of the chain. Like maybe pharmacy is like the first step in producing that medicament, that drug, and pharmacology is the effect it has after you take it.
Yeah, the interaction of the drug with the body, or how the drug works, and like this.
Okay. I was also thinking, if someone is still in high school, or before actually going to uni, and they're not sure, what could help them decide to go for it or not? Well, what should be a deal breaker?
Yeah, it was a question for me also. I thought, okay, what do I do next after my high school? Some parents maybe what their jobs are. You can go and visit some. Make some internships, more internships than only 2 weeks. Maybe see different places. Yeah, for yourself. It would be great. Maybe work on Saturdays or Sundays also. And to see, okay, what do you want to really do? What you like, which courses you like in school. Do you like more science or more languages? Or something like this.
I mean, maybe if you're, very broad statements. If you thinking between maybe pharmacy and psychology, you would say normally pharmacy is more lucrative than maybe psychology.
I can't say lucrative because I don't know how the psychologists work.
Okay.
But I think you don't have to see what is lucrative for me or not. Because when you work, it's half of your life. So you have to do something you're passionate about. And don't think about the money or something like this, because that won't make anyone happy. So
That's true. That's very true. And I encourage people, just like you do, to pursue what they're passionate about. But you can't ignore the fact that you need to feed yourself and at some point probably your family.
Yeah, somehow.
With what you do.
Yeah.
Right. So that it is not the most important thing you should think about or consider, but it is right up there.
Yeah, it's a part of it.
It's like top 5.
But I think psychology and pharmacy is on the same level.
All right. And how about medicine as well?
Medicine, this was not something, to be a physician was not my idea. Most of the students who study pharmacy, they always wanted to study medicine, but they don't have the grades for medicine. And but I always wanted not to be a physician because they have a really hard and tough life. And it's a great job. They help a lot of people and so on, but it's not my thing.
It's extremely demanding.
Yeah, it's really demanding, and and something to to deal with blood and something like
yes.
that. That's
Oh my
what
God.
not my surgery or something like
I
this.
couldn't
It's
do
not my thing.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
dizzy. I'm
So-
like, no.
You help people, but you don't have to cut them.
Yeah,
off
yeah.
or
I can't
something
even
like
watch a
that.
movie where it's like too much people
Yeah.
like sliced up. I'm watching like Walking Dead right now.
Oh,
Kind of suffering there. I'm like, oh shit.
yeah.
It's like if you can't watch that, you can't make it. As a
Yeah, no, I can't watch horror films.
Yeah, no.
but I get you. I mean, it's also more years for when you study medicine as well. I think you have more time studying and more time as
Practicing.
as an internship, right?
Yeah, it's like I think 5 years
Mhm.
must be on
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Um,
I mean, I know how it is like in Spain,
how it is?
where it is. I believe it's 5 or 6 years actually,
Okay.
just to study, and then you need to go into internship for
But for 1 year also, I think. First 1 year to
maybe
get a
more.
general practice, you know?
I think maybe even more. Like you have to, yes, for internship at least a year,
Yeah.
but before you can actually work as a doctor, like
Yeah.
a full doctor, you have to work for like at least 3-4 years.
In Spain. Also.
Yeah, I
okay, cool.
think so. I'm
Yeah,
not completely sure,
Okay. Yeah.
but it takes you a long time before you kind of upgrade.
Yeah,
you know,
klar.
to
Yeah. I think so.
you know,
Third evolution doctor.
Yeah.
talk about Pokemon here. Okay, so that's kind of because normally when you think, okay, when you're interested in chemistry and biology,
Yeah.
and you want to go more
Science in general, because you have in the first semester also biology, chemistry,
Yeah.
mathematics, physics, everything about science.
True.
If you're interested, then it's pharmacy is a very great degree.
And but so you happen to not regret your decision, have you?
No, I didn't. No, it's a cool job now, and I have good colleagues, a good boss, and I really like it. Yes.
That is because I feel like that's quite rare nowadays. Because so many of us start. Speaking of my own experience here,
Yeah.
go start to study something, and eventually it's not your thing. You don't really enjoy it. You happen to change or switch back to something else. So it's so hard to make the right decision right away after you.
Yeah, it's hard
finish.
after the high school. You have to decide, and maybe it's a wrong or the right decision, but you can always do something else.
Yeah, I feel like it's not shame to realize after a year, maybe even 2 years into a degree, to say, "Oh, this is not the one."
Yeah. It's good if you accept this and say, okay, it's not the one. Then you can make another decision, and
it's easier said than done.
yeah,
I mean,
right.
yeah, you had the luck to not need to get through that, but I mean, for me, I went 2 years in physics.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
And it was not.
and
yeah.
eventually I was like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
I thought it was, it's not.
No,
And then I had to make the very, very tough decision
to
to
change.
get out of it and do photography instead,
Oh,
which
cool.
is a big, big change.
Yeah, it's a really big thing.
Like
Too much
massive.
science, physics, or what was?
I don't know. Like on one side, it was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Like,
Physics is difficult.
I mean, I feel like I wasn't smart enough
no.
for that degree. I mean, I probably could have pulled it off, but it would have taken everything from me, like 100% full attention. That's one, and the other side is, even though maybe the subjects and physics itself may appeal to me, because it still does, but it doesn't. It doesn't work for me when you don't see a future of you working in that area.
In that area, yeah.
And in Spain, you always had, when you study physics, you had very few options, or you end up in school or on some degree of, education institution. Teaching, that's one option. Teaching was like, oh, no.
No. Yeah.
It's not my thing.
It's not my thing also. Teaching. No.
And
the other big option was, you can also, keep on doing research. Right?
Research, yeah.
Which is always an option when you do and go for anything really.
Yeah.
Or you could go and work for a bank, actually.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
Okay,
there are a lot of
cool.
physicians that work in banks.
Wow.
Because not necessarily of what they know, but of what they're capable of learning.
Cool. Yeah.
I had a friend that told me this. That was working himself in this industry, was a physician and what?
Physician?
No,
No,
not
physician not. Physician is a doctor.
I don't know how to say this.
Physicianist?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone who studied physics.
Physics.
And he ended up working in a bank because banks appreciate their ability to, because it's like 80% mathematics.
Yeah.
Right. In physics. So they're capable of learning so quick, very demanding and complicated formulas, and actually developing as well, optimizing on different patterns and algorithms.
Yeah.
So that's why they often end up in the industry as well. And you often don't know that. Like, actually, no one else has ever
Studied
told me
physics.
that. Right? And it's not that well known. Not many people know that. And so that's kind of the two options. You also can go private, but it's quite limiting, to be honest.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I didn't see myself in any of those. I was like, no. Like, the only one that appealed me the most of those were researching. I was kind of interested in, the most interested in astronomy. And astrophysics.
Yeah.
And I if I would have gone for that, I would have probably went into, research and
cool. Yeah.
Probably working, doing my internships in observatories. But I happened to change my mind, I guess.
And now you're a photographer.
But
Cool.
I'm kind of jealous of you that you managed to pull that off. It's kind of like a mystery for me how some people just inherently know, what they want to make their lives.
It was not easy, but somehow.
What helped you make that decision?
More, I think, because I saw the job of a pharmacist in the pharmacy and the internship that helped me.
Yeah, you were. How old were you when you did that one?
I think I was 15 or 16. Yeah. So.
Wow. Germany.
I would not have it.
You don't. No internships before you.
No. I mean, you can maybe try find something for yourself, and I guess it depends on what area and what field. But you don't get it like suggested by school.
Oh.
Like,
wow.
That was not my experience.
Okay. No.
Not really.
No.
I mean, well, I guess I can't really tell about pharmacy because I've never really looked into that.
Yeah.
But for physicists, I mean, I guess there is actually, now I think about it, there's one day a year where it's like uni open doors.
Open doors for, I think we had this too.
Yes. Yeah. So that's a good opportunity.
Yeah, that's good. But one day it's not
yes.
really cool to get to know something.
True.
One day is a little bit too less.
Was it one day or was it a week? No, it was a day.
I think it was a day.
Yeah, I think so too.
We had this too. One
but
day.
Really, I mean, not gonna lie, but the time I went to class, it was not really like you could just go there.
Like, no one asked you, are you actually studying this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you
don't really mind.
Yeah.
You just go.
What did you do?
With a group, and I think I did attend one occasion the open door day, and I attended a physics class.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, in Granada.
Cool.
And I didn't understand anything.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And
This was a sign.
this was a sign. Yeah, I should have listened to myself. Like,
This is not a good idea.
no, it was fun at the same time. Like, I obviously attended astronomy courses that we're offering because, you know, one day and there was so many things going on at the same time. You had to pick something. And I think there was like a workshop and where they talked you a bit into astronomy. The thing is they kind of lure you in.
Because they make it very easy to understand. They put a lot of pictures up there.
Ah, yeah.
Like, oh,
pictures.
this seems fun.
That's very cool.
Oh, they trick you. It's a trap.
Yeah,
Trust
it's
me.
a trap.
It's not that much fun.
No, I think so.
No, but
It is a good opportunity for sure
Yeah.
to get at least a slight idea about it. And once you're there, not only what they provide you, you know, the classes or the workshops or whatever, you can actually go reach out to that person, that professor that is, you know, teaching in that moment and ask him all the questions you have.
Yes, that's perfect.
Right? And if he is not, or he or she is not the right person for your question, he will give you a contact.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't know, speak with this person.
Yes.
Because normally the departments are quite narrow and they know each other pretty well. Like that was at least my case. And, you know, because there are not that many professors in specifics.
Yeah, it's
you know,
always the same.
I don't know, like, I don't know here, but there I was like maybe a few dozen professors, you know, that were actually, you know, working together for different departments in physics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we kind of drifted away there.
Yeah. In physics.
Jesus Christ.
we are supposed to talk about pharmacy today. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad here.
No, but I kind of feel like we touched quite a lot of topics, like a lot of aspects about pharmacy today already. Like we have talked about, you know, before you get in, the reasons you might consider and tools you want to use to decide for yourself if you should or not go for it, you know, for pharmacy or maybe something else within the degree, and, you know, tips on how you
Get through it the best way. What was it?
working with your colleagues.
Don't be selfish.
Yeah, right.
And
What was it? Be focused. Or you said something else.
Yeah,
as well.
stay organized.
Stay organized. Yeah, that's a good one.
and you know,
And you have to be good in high school because it's
yeah.
limited access to.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
You need a certain mark, a certain
Yes. Right.
mark, right? In order to get into it.
Yes.
Where every country is very different about that and how that works. I have no clue how it works in Germany.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, I know how it works in Spain, and it's quite complicated. Actually.
Complicated?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
really?
quite complicated. Like to explain to someone else that
Okay.
Has
Yeah.
never seen or
System.
heard about that. It's like, okay, do you have like an hour for me to explain it to you?
Okay.
Right now?
So next time.
how's it in Germany?
It's only limited. We have a grade. For example, you have to after the high school diploma, you must have a grade like 1.7 or 1.6.
Yeah.
And if you have this grade, you can apply. And then if you have a bad grade, maybe not. They don't.
So you have one grade for everything you want to apply to?
It's somehow like from 1 to 1.7 medicine.
Yeah.
It's different. I don't know.
Okay.
It's every year a different grade. So.
I mean, yes. So here in Germany, 1 is the best and 6 is the worst, which is also not the same everywhere because in Spain it's from 0 to 10.
From 0 to 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
where 10 is the best, 0 is the worst. And here, but you kind of have like the average mark from your Abi, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Abitur is like
High school
between
diploma.
high school and uni.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And you have 1 mark. And with that 1 mark, you need to put yourself out there
Yeah.
Regardless of what you study, right? Here in Germany?
If you want to study something else, you have another grade, or
you have a different grade?
No, you have the same grade, but
but yes,
yeah.
The one you get in with changes.
Yes,
of course. But the thing is, what I found so strange is in Spain it's not like that. It's your degree, your mark. Like let's say you have an 8.
Okay,
which is like a 2 here.
Yeah.
That grade changes depending on what you apply to.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I know.
I don't understand.
It's like that. It ponderates differently.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Different school systems. Yeah. Too complicated.
Takes time to wrap your head around that.
Yeah.
No, but it has some positive aspects as well. But yeah, I don't want to touch too much on that. But yeah, here you have your grade, and depending on what uni maybe as well. Not all unis is it the same applying for, let's say, medicine one uni to another, or is it different? Let's say I know that in Berlin, for example, you have the FU, Freie Universität Berlin, and you have the other one, which was the other one, like the TU, for example, which is the Technology University.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's the same, regardless of which one you apply to.
So every uni has its own system. So maybe
really?
They say you need degree 1.7 or you need 2.3.
Yeah, okay.
It's not for all unis.
Okay, in that sense, it's the same as in Spain. Then.
Okay.
Yeah, we have that as well. Mm-hmm. Some unis, if they're a bit more renowned, or they're known to be a bit tougher.
Yeah.
Normally, they put the bar a little higher for you, for you to get in. It's a bit more difficult. Yeah. Because they have more prestige, I guess.
Yes. They have different prestige. So.
There's that. So yeah, we have pretty much touched on everything I could think of right now. Is there anything we're missing that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, do only what you love and what you like to do, because to have a job is not only a job; it's it's something you decide for all your life. So you have to be passionate, ambitious, do something you like. Yeah.
Yeah, good. I appreciate you giving that thought, the idea out there, because I feel like people need to hear that more and more and more. They can't get enough of that. Because the idea is simple enough and it makes perfect sense, but the execution is
difficult.
So hard.
Yeah, really.
So hard, and you just need to keep trying and just not giving up, I guess. And be a bit lucky as well.
Lucky too.
You need to be a bit lucky in life.
A bit lucky and a bit ambitious, and then you have to love something, and then it works.
Great. I appreciate that. I feel like we're coming to an end.
Yeah.
It was fun. It felt like we've been sitting here maybe for like 20 minutes, but I feel like it's been a bit longer.
Okay.
I don't know how long, but we've been here.
Like it always surprises me how fast time passes doing this.
Yeah.
Like the other day I had this episode with John, and it felt like maybe max an hour.
Oh.
How long was it? Like 2 hours, 10 minutes?
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's always the same.
What are we doing?
We are getting older.
I hope not. I hope not.
No, but I really want to thank you. And
thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time to be here to share, your story, your life, and your experience with us and the listeners. I'm sure they appreciate it too, as well. I hope all of you that listened today managed to take something away from it, something useful you can apply, to your own life and your future. And this is a wrap. Thank you again so much,
Thanks
Danny,
a lot
for being here. I'm Lucas, and this was the Creative Cast.